Hello and welcome to your As Above astrology message for the spring equinox of 2025. I'm your astrologer, Cawnawyn Mor. Welcome to Aries season. This is a time of bold transformation, and you've probably been hearing a lot of talk around Aries energy lately. We're currently experiencing a Venus retrograde in Aries. We are also experiencing a Mercury retrograde in Aries, and now today the Sun has ingressed into 0 degrees of Aries. As we look forward to this year, Neptune and Saturn will also be entering Aries, ushering in an enormous shift for our collective. A new chapter, a new dream, and once again, a new birth of the zodiacal wheel. So this energy of Aries is extremely potent this year going forward. The spring equinox that we enter today ushers in this fresh energy and fiery momentum. But before you leap forward, the cosmos is offering you a challenge to refine what our fire truly is. What are you feeding your inner fire? What kind of tinder are you using? What is the magnitude that you are allowing it to burn at? Are you at a slow burn, or do you work in instantaneous flashes? Do you even feel like you have a fire right now to light your engines? I want to assure you that there are no wrong places to be right now. The universe is not going to judge you. It's not going to hand you a grade. What matters is that you're taking the time to bring an awareness to why you are making your choices. So, what is happening in the sky? On this day of the spring equinox, our moon is in Sagittarius, and it's trining all of these Aries planets, bringing harmony to our fire signs, bringing optimism and drive and big picture thinking. Our moon is representing our heart, our most intimate place within ourselves, and it wants to dream really big because this moon lights that spark of Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius. But I want to remind you, try not to rush all the details here. If you have this big idea what your new dream is and how you want to start off this year fresh and what this energy of spring is headed towards, that's wonderful. Jupiter brings this optimism and expansion to our hearts, and they long to seek a greater wisdom and broader horizons. But oftentimes, Sagittarius energy can think so big and so big picture that it tends to completely brush over all these small, essential stepping stones and details that are integral to making this big dream grow. And then we tend to get disappointed because progress is slower than we expected. Meanwhile, Venus and Mercury are both in retrograde in the sign of Aries. Can you feel it? We've been living in this Venus retrograde and its shadow starting back in January. Venus went retrograde on March 1st, and Mercury just recently went retrograde after our lunar eclipse we experienced in Virgo last week. Both of these internal personal planets are urging us to reassess. Who am I? What is it I truly desire? That is the question Aries always asks. Who am I? We are all transforming our sense of self right now. What are our old patterns when it comes to relationships with ourselves and with others, whether it be through love or friendship or comrades or work buddies? What is our relationship to our worth within those relationships and beyond? What is our sense of our own personal value, use of our resources and our money? How do we communicate what we need, what we're aching for? What are we grateful for? Do we even like the way that we're communicating with others? Or do we wish that we could maybe be more clear or more understood? All of these questions, all of these challenges might be resurfacing right now. And I encourage you to face them boldly, with courage, because it will take courage to transform the self. And Aries is here to teach us boldness. It says, don't doubt, don't overprocess, just go, proceed with action. Speaking of action, Mars, which is our ruler of this Aries season, as well as all these planets in retrograde, is still in its own retrograde shadow in the sign of Cancer. It went direct back on February 23rd. And while Mars is finally progressing forward again, it is in a square aspect to Aries energy, motivating us to get up and move, even when it feels uncomfortable. And this is why we need courage. It's going to take tenacity and grit to transform yourself. All of this energy of Aries we can tap into, even if you don't have any Aries placements. While Mars is still in its shadow, emotional triggers might be running really high. We may feel the compulsion to defend ourselves or to overreact. I want to encourage you that if you take a slower, more intentional approach to these actions, it will serve you better over an impulsivity. Venus has been going through her own transformation within her retrograde in Aries, diving deep into the underworld, stripping herself bare, and exposing those vulnerable parts that need to be worked through, not around. The Sun and Venus are forming a beautiful collaborative sextile with the ruler of the underworld himself, Pluto, in the sign of Aquarius. This is so powerful. These are deep shifts within the psyche in the realms of love and purpose, value, worth, identity, and personal power. All of these transformations are unfolding as they are meant to. Trust the transformational process. So how can we work with this energy? Pause before you pounce. While Aries encourages us not to doubt and to just move swiftly into whatever that next challenge is, a thoughtful reflection of the intention is going to be what leads to the greatest breakthroughs. Instead of diving to something on impulse, maybe because it's actually a coping mechanism or a distraction, how can you wait, pause, reflect? If there's something deeper that wants to be seen here, whispering its secrets to you. Maybe like where the source of this energy is coming from, or where the source of this behavior is. Maybe what the true need is, or where the true care deficit lies. Reflect and face that with courage instead. Because all of this is leading to trying to find what is truly igniting you. Not what feels familiar or comfortable. What is the friction that is actually lighting your fire? Transformation is happening already underneath the surface. All you have to do is let it unfold naturally. This Aries season is not about running headfirst into changes. It's about proceeding with wisdom and confidence and a renewed sense of passion and purpose. What can you do to honor your inner fire? Let it be a sacred flame, not a destructive wildfire jumping from one crisis to the next. Embrace this transformation with courage and intention. And I want to emphasize that this chart in particular, the spring equinox, when the sun ingresses into Aries, is not only important because it gives us a snapshot of what the forecast of this season looks like of spring, but it also historically has been used by astrologers to give a forecast of the next 12 months. This is the birth of our new year. We are standing at the threshold of a rebirth. So what are you looking to create? What are you looking to be born? What are you hoping to identify with? What do you want to transform? This season carries all of this transformative energy. It is already unfolding. You don't need to do more homework. You don't need to go listen to more podcasts. You don't need to watch more videos. You don't need to engage with any more data. All you need to do is step back and just notice with deep intention, deep awareness. How are you being influenced? How are you being guided? What are you being magnetically pulled towards? And what are you maybe pulling or pushing away from? All of these feelings are telling you a deeper story. You have an opportunity to use this to transform into whatever that thing that you wish to embody is, whatever that dream is that you're striving for, whatever that mission you are working towards. You are already manifesting this. So I wish you a blessed equinox, a blessed birth of your coming year. You are more powerful than you know, and support surrounds you. You are loved. And may you continue to manifest a life of divine purpose and glory, for you are worthy and you are free. Blessed be.